welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where I'm terrible at managing money but trying to get better. So with today's video, I wanted to do a little vlog of my Thanksgiving break. So far you have seen me get in my Lyft to the airport. Took American Airlines. I was grateful enough to have my dad pay for my plane ticket and almost every single one of my expenses while I went to visit him. I used to pay for my own plane ticket, but then I found out that my sister wasn't paying for hers, so then I decided to start not paying for mine. So here's just me on the plane, and if you notice, there's like a little small, there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, a little small town pops up out of nowhere. And I always wondered, like, how do those little small towns get created? How do the people survive? Who do they date? What friends do they have? Is it all just family? Are they there year round? I'm always so curious. I would never go to one of these places because I'd just be afraid to be kidnapped and killed or whatnot. But, like, look at that small town in the middle of nowhere. There's not any water, any land or resource. I mean, there's land, but there's not any farmable good land or resources around. Like, why are they just there?
It's my pleasure to welcome you to Dallas for the local time. It's 4:17 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until you come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. To keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items, when you open the overhead bin, use caution as items may have shifted in flight. You may now use your cell phones. As of right now, it looks like we will be arriving at gate B18. That is Bravo 18.
All right, and as you heard, I just landed, well, in this video, I just landed in Dallas, Texas. That is where my parents just bought a new house. They bought their house effective in November, December. But then immediately after the plane landed, my dad took me to this bar, I think it's called Live at Arena, for a Cowboys game. You can see here is the Cowboys-Eagles game. My dad is a Cowboys fan. We like to go to different games. That's also why I was there. But this arena was so much fun. It was great food, great, amazing atmosphere. You can see there I had some sort of salmon plate. My dad had a burger plate. If you saw in the previous videos, we had some appetizers and now dessert. There is a $50 minimum requirement, but listen to this. Alright, like I said, that place had an amazing atmosphere, great people, great fans. Only one little fight broke out, but the place is also right across the street from the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. As you can see here, there's a crowd of people leaving from both the live arena and the stadium. Some people from the stadium were also going to the live arena. But then the next day, me and my dad, while he was on his lunch break from work, went and grabbed lunch. And then we went back to that same exact place and grabbed dinner. And then afterwards, we walked home back to the apartment that he's staying at while my parents are in between buying homes. And he just showed me around their neighborhood while we walked back, just walked off some of our dinner. You can see there's plenty of amenities, but they've already moved out. And then the next day, we went and grabbed breakfast. We didn't have breakfast the day before, but this day we did. That's some of the things that we ate. That was my plate specifically. I'd already cut it up. But then we went to grab lunch. I was craving some barbecue, so he took me to 1050 Barbecue in Dallas. It was such a good place. It had such good food. And you can see here, everything is kind of ordered by weight. I didn't get any sides, but I had brisket and ribs and sausage, and it was so good. You can see how they make it, and this is us exiting the place. Then after dinner, I'm not sure if we had dinner that night. Anyways, afterwards we went and met up with my mom, as you can see there, and we went to a comedy show. Well, first we grabbed drinks, and then we went to a comedy show, had another drink while we were there, and it was super nice. There was one terrible fan, but other than that, the comedians were funny. Then the next day for Thanksgiving, we went back to the game. We had Thanksgiving dinner at my aunt's prior to this game, but I didn't want to film that. But here is me and my dad at the game. As you saw in the picture, my dad's a Cowboys fan and I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I've been a fan since 2011 because that is when my dad was stationed in Fort Leavenworth the first time, and we went to a few games. We went to a Titans game and a Bills game, and they won both times, so I just decided that was going to be my team forever, and it has been since then. As you can see, this stadium is massive. I've only ever been to the GEHA Arrowhead Kansas City Stadium before, as well as the Santa Clara Stadium where the 49ers played, to watch the Chiefs play against the 49ers a couple years ago. But this stadium is so much larger. But you can also see there were a ton of Chiefs fans. Chiefs were wearing red and white this night. So I felt as if it was majority Chiefs fans. Both the Cowboys and the Chiefs, they kind of like do a little play on words with the national anthems. And you could barely hear the Cowboys say the national anthem, but you could hear the Chiefs say the national anthem real loud. So here are just a few little clips from before the game of the Chiefs warming up, and also the cheerleaders cheerleading on the field and whatnot. This was a good game. Even though the Chiefs did end up losing, it was still a nice, close game until the end when the Chiefs got all of those penalties. But I really enjoyed myself. This was the reason for me coming home, actually, for Thanksgiving, was to watch this game. And you can just see here, me and my dad, we went alone while my mom stayed at my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. And we just had a great time. We had good seats. My dad hated the seats. He said they were too high up, but I was fine with it. I didn't have to pay for anything, so this was perfect for me. But this was the Thanksgiving midday game, and Post Malone, who is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, he did perform for the halftime show, and it was a great performance. Yeah, and then these are just some pictures and some clips towards the end of the game where, like I said, the Chiefs did lose, but I'm still happy that I went. I had a great time. The fans were amazing. Of course, they were mostly Chiefs fans, but I still had a great time. Alright, so I know in my monthly budget, I said that I did not buy any gifts because my dad convinced me to boycott Black Friday, but he did not convince my mom. So my mom, while I was with her for Black Friday, she bought me some things. So she bought me some markers. Just Macy's backstage, we were in the line, and I was like, oh, I think I want to start doing the cash envelope system. So I figured I'd get some markers for that. And then we also got, this is my favorite mascara because it clumps my lashes, and I need just dark lashes to go against my skin. Then concealer and contour, setting spray so when I hug someone it doesn't transfer, a new brow brush, and then she also got me, these are my favorite nail companies because they're cheap but they also are curved, What I'm wearing here, and if you ever see my nails done in the video, it's 9 times out of 10 a press-on nail, and it's usually this brand. But I have a few others that I use just because they're cheap. She also got me these socks with these cats on them. They're so cute. All right, and then the next day, we went out shopping, just like that. All right, then the day after Thanksgiving, no, Saturday after Thanksgiving, we went to a convention to support small Black businesses, and there were a bunch of little booths. A lot of them were repetitive, but my family likes to support small Black and brown businesses. I want to say they easily spent $1,000 that night, but or that day. But here's what they got for me. So there's this book, Prosperity Patterns, Mandala Goal Setting for Millennials. I'm not a millennial, I'm a Gen Z. But they're little, they're little like pages about paying off debt, saving money, just little trackers. And I really liked it. So my mom got it for me. And it came with a, sorry, my desk is a mess. It gets used. It came with this is a cash stopping envelope. I think it's a wallet, but I'm gonna use it as like a mini Monday thing maybe. Then, and this is the person that I got it from. You can see there. And then they had this artist. She had several paintings I thought would look good in my living room because my living room is very pink and red. And so my dad got me a couple of her prints. I first saw this one. I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. I want this. And then I saw some that I thought would look better for my house. And there's one I can't really do it justice because of the glare. And then here is another. So you'll see that in the background of some of my videos pretty soon. All right, and that is everything that I got. What do you mean? Okay, and then afterwards we went and visited their brand new house they just bought. And then the next day they dropped me off at the airport. So they ended up dropping me off like 4 or 5 hours early. My dad is that kind of dad that just, I have to be there early apparently. But there was a super long line if you saw in those previous clips. So here's me on the plane taking American Airlines back. In this clip flying over Lake Tahoe, I had to double check and recheck the Google Maps so many times because it looks so small from the sky.
Sacramento local time is 1:38. Our arrival gate will be in the A concourse A2. That's Alpha 2. Have a good rest of your afternoon here in the greater Sacramento area, wherever your final destination may take you today. Thanks for choosing us here at American Airlines. Enjoy the beginning of this week.
All right,
Thank you.
and then that is it for my trip. Once we landed, I then had to walk on over. I sat in the very back of the plane because usually in the back of the plane, you're less likely to get someone to sit in between you. And that's what happened. I had no one sitting in my middle seat. And then I had to walk on over to baggage claim where I picked up my carry-on bag. I don't ever really bring on like a checked bag. What I do is I bring on a carry-on, and then when I'm at the gate, I just check that bag for free. So that way I don't have to carry it from stop to stop or worry about it on my plane. And that is my bag. And then I got into my Lyft to go home. I didn't feel myself getting into the lift for his privacy, but that was pretty much it for my trip. That whole trip, I did not spend more than $40. Well, I spent $40.34 between my 2 Lyft tickets, and I bought my mom lunch one day. We went to Costco just to shop around because she doesn't have a Costco card, but I do. And my dad sent me $50 to cover anything. So that whole trip, I only spent $40.34. So I made out like a bandit. Now I'm just in the car, headed home, and that was my trip. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.